Hi, Chris Gibbs here. This is the time to act and not react. And most importantly, do not despair. Over the past 2 weeks, we've seen an administration advance unqualified leadership to cabinet posts, executive orders reversing decades of civil rights policy, threats to our closest foreign allies, and rounding up and internment of people with brown skin, threats of firing to our public employees, a hostile takeover of our treasury and system of payments, and arbitrary and indefinite pause on grants to nonprofits, an attack on national public radio, an end to aid to foreign countries that promotes our soft power and is critical to our own security, threats to expand our reach into sovereign nations by either buying them or taking them by force, and more. And of course, just yesterday, after campaigning for years on a nationalist America First platform, the position of the United States of America, as determined by the President, is that we will send troops back to the Middle East to take over Gaza and build hotels on the Med. If you're overwhelmed, you're not alone. I want to say that important part again. You are not alone. I feel this and I shoulder this responsibility for those looking to our party for guidance and action. Now, this administration hopes to let this sense of hopelessness fester within the American people. But it's more sinister than that. They want to create a sense of overwhelming, which results in paralysis, polarization, and most importantly, inaction. What we know as defenders of democracy, defenders of our American institutions, and defenders of the law and order is that we must turn that feeling of being overwhelmed into resistance, and that resistance into action. Stated another way, we must resist reaction and replace it with targeted action. These are not distinctions without a difference. So here's a few things that I'm doing that I'll be helping other local supporters accomplish on their own. First, and I know this is hard, but we have to remain disciplined to separate the flood of media-promoted psychobabble from the president down to one or two issues. Boil it down to one or two issues that affects you or your family directly. As a farmer, I worry that threatening our most valuable trading partners will result in a collapse in commodity prices. That's a big deal for me and my family farm business. Others have their own burdens. Education funding, protecting their Social Security benefits, the rollback of prescription drug price caps, grants to nonprofits that either benefit or are employed by, and the threats to reverse specific civil rights of individual interest groups within our communities. People that we know and care about are scared. So hone in on one or two of those issues at a time so you don't become overwhelmed and fall victim to defeatism. Again, resist believing you need to address every issue that appears on your TV screen or pops up on your social media feed. It's designed to wear you out, and it will. So here's how I'm proceeding. I'm calling my members of Congress directly and leave a message with my name, address, and the issue that concerns me. Before I'm off the phone, I'm asking to be informed of what action my representative is taking to mitigate my concern. And don't believe that just because your member is not ideologically aligned with you, they will disregard you. Lobbying and politics are a game of addition and mass. More voices moving in common directions matter. I know that here in Ohio, both of our senators' voicemail boxes are full. No problem. Either use their online email fillable software, or most effective, handwrite a note and drop it in the mail to either their field office or directly to Washington, D.C. Don't believe social media when they tell you that staff disregards personal letters and emails. That's just a ploy to defeat your will. When you talk or write, ensure you bring to their attention a specific issue that adversely affects you and your family directly. And by all means, ask for a follow-up response. A master closer always asks for the sale. And beyond those members of Congress actions, write an op-ed to your local news outlet. Again, make it personal about how your issue, your concern, adversely affects you and your family. Be specific, be brief, and be genuine. Your public voice gives others around you license and courage to stand up and be heard. Again, it's a game of addition and mass. Certainly, there's more, including a reasoned social media presence and public protests near you that you can attend. Regardless, don't ever discount or downplay what your local voice means to your member of Congress and, most importantly, to your neighbors. So remain focused, strong, united, and take care of yourself. This is a marathon, not a sprint. I'll be right here. Be well.